My name is Kaminski. First video of 2026 and it's a bit of a banger, so let's get right into it. Today we're checking out Archetype John Mayer X from the fine folk over at Neural DSP, and this thing sounds absolutely beautiful. As you can tell from the title, today we are reviving CHON vibes anyways. We're going to be writing something obviously in the style of them using the Archetype John Mayer plugin. I think it just does such a good job at achieving those like CHON kind of tones, because obviously CHON a lot of the time will have like split coil stuff, like cleaner stuff, like, but they'll also do stuff like and I think that's just because of the amps that they used to use, like all those matchless amps and stuff. They're really good pedal platforms and that. But I'm just really vibing with the 3 amps on offer here. If you want a video detailing the full suite of features, I'll leave a link to all of Neural's official videos with John taking you through everything that you're going to need to know. Super deep dive stuff. I, as you know, love to write music using the tools I have available. So we're going to get right into it. So how do you write something like CHON? CHON have always been quite high up there in terms of my like inspiration, and maybe less so these days, but certainly when I was at uni, I was really interested in learning how to play like CHON. And it was my guitar teacher at the time, Diego, who was an absolute legend, although he made me learn music theory, which I knew none of at the time. But he taught me like, hey man, you know, you can shred and play Petrucci stuff, but like, can you play me a 7th chord on 5th string root? And I was like, no. So he was like, okay, so maybe, you know, we've got some weaknesses. I was like, yeah. And we wanted to figure out how I could learn them quite quickly. I needed to get them under my fingers for all the stuff I was doing at uni. So he showed me 7th chords, 9th chords, 11th chords. I think that was it basically, on 5th string, 6th string and 4th string roots. I've forgotten some of them, but the most important ones to get that CHON sound are gonna be 9th chords, especially starting on the 5th and the 6th string. So take E, for example. That's a major 9. The 7th would be, and then the normal would be. So you're going from to so much more CHON-y. The minor 9 would be this. And then the dominant 9 would be, you just raise that 3rd up to a major 3rd. And now we are the blues. So yeah. So all these 9th shapes, and then especially these really like kind of clustered together voicings, like, so let's do C. So you can hear how like, and then that's the major, then this is the minor, and then dominant. If you phrase that on the 5th string, much brighter sound, even though we've not changed pickups or anything like that, right? And I just think like, you know, if I do like these 3 chords, and then do the same chords but like campfire version. So anyways, enough of me talking. I sort of had this idea to outline. Then I want to go into like we'll see how we go from there. I think I'd written out some real basic skeleton. Let's take a listen actually. So it's obviously not the best takes I've ever done, so yeah, that's fine. Little arpeggiated thing, like in not. And I'm gonna try something rhythmic here, like at the end of. Yeah, so that's the idea. There's not too much going on. I'm gonna embellish the guitar part, because what CHON also does, because they've got Mario and Eric, or used to, they, you know, wrote a lot of music together in a bedroom somewhere, and they would harmonize, they would do call and response. I think that's really is the secret sauce of CHON, is the 2 guitarist vibe. Obviously I'm just one person, so I'm gonna do like a left and a right, see what I can kind of come up with, and give it my best shot, you know. Let's see what happens. I'm really vibing with this, like, This tone especially is like, I'm really, really, really digging. You can hear, when you have 2-note bleed, it's actually distorting, but single notes, not so much. Obviously you're getting the low down sort of like dumble rumble thing, which is sick. But when you play a chord, you're getting a much more distorted thing, so you can push into it. But single notes, you don't really have so much distortion, and it's the same thing on this original CHON record. But yeah, if you've not listened to too much CHON, I would really recommend listening to the first EP and then Grow. And then I'll track it again. That's it, man, that's it. Okay. And I might have that as a single guitar, kind of like Bubble Dream as well. So just, you know, that classic intro is just one guitar, and then it opens up when it gets to this riff. So now we're gonna go to the bridge. I kind of messed it up. Let's see if I can get the rest of it. Oh, that little red light syndrome's getting me good today. Yeah, that's gonna be sick. Wait. We do a little harmonizing. It just sounds so good, doesn't it, when it's harmonized? So CHON. I think what I might do is here. I know I want to do like so I might do on the left guitar. I think I'm going to stay with the riffy tone and do. Then it kind of feels like two people, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, it doesn't matter. So. Put little fades on that, copy paste this, because it's gonna be the same. This is a classic that I do all the time of don't change the guitar part, change everything else if you want to do something cool with the groove. Not always the case, but it's just sick when the guitar part doesn't change. So. Oh, I'm just gonna do the classic me thing. I always have to have lower guitar on the left. Oh, a little clean thing. Clean. Get like a woody sort of like, whoa. Ooh, let me just try that. Let's not have it come in first time. Give the drums the most space to do their thing. To like mess up with the rhythm if I can. I don't know, I need to maths it out. Yeah, 100%. Oh, let me get the clean again. And let's see if I can do like. Right, now it's time for bass. Where's the bass? There's the bass. Now, I must admit, whilst I'm grabbing this thing, the strings, they are old. You lot don't deserve new strings. I'm kidding. But I don't think CHON is ever really about like that super crisp tone anyways. I've got this mad chain and I can't remember what this sounds like. Oh, nothing, because we're on the wrong input. Yo, that DI does sound good though. That's literally just parallax off. Parallax sounds great, but it would be insane of me, I think, to just have... Sounds mint, but it's not the tone for this. All right. Hold it. Let's swap this out. But not that. We want that. We want the distortion off. We want a lot less. Okay, so this might take a while now doing the drums. I think it's gonna be quite fun because I'm gonna try and do some fun stuff, especially over this last section, you know? So let's just move this camera. Hello. Yeah, so let's do this now. Today, I'm using Modern Massive 2 and the Garska cymbals because I love the Garska stacks. Modern Massive 2, like this. I think this needs some sort of time indicator, something to tell you where the pulse is. I know some people enjoy if it's ambiguous, and I get that. I sometimes like it as well, but I think just because we've got it here as well, but in a different feel. I think it just needs a little bit of, because the click is what's giving you that sense of like what is happening. Anyways, so I think I just need to kind of give you that impression, but with like the ride. Yes. We might have some minor fixes, but this is gonna work. Oh, geez. Ooh. It should realistically be like this. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is go back to what I was originally hearing when I wrote this. Okay, sick. That is feeling so good. I need to look at this tone here. We need to go back into this amp. Yeah, just needed to make this. I'm just gonna put the fattest sub bass drop you've ever heard. Gundrop.wav. Okay, not that loud, but yeah. That's all I wanna do. Let's get the doubler on this guy. Hold on. Yes, that's it. I knew it just needed a little bit of help widening just to kind of like bridge the gap. All right, let's give this a final listen with the master chain on, the instrument bus is on as well. Yeah, let's do it. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching this week of Connor Composes. If you haven't already, check out Archetype John Mayer. It's so sick for these kind of like low gain tones, but also like they feel so good under the fingers. It's kind of crazy that we have access to like stuff like a Dumble, that sort of sound. I love that sound. That's why it's all over my album, you know, and I was using a capture in the QC before, but now I can just reach for this and have so much more versatility, which is sick from my perspective. So yeah, check out the description below if you're interested in trying it out. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this week of Connor Composes, and I'll see you all really soon. See you in a bit.